In our last video, we spoke about ways that you can reinvent yourself over the next 6 months, regardless of what time of the year it is. I want to create a sequence of videos that go into depth more on each of those different categories that we spoke about. In today's video, we're going to be starting off with mindset, as it's one of the most important factors that is attached to your journey of rebranding yourself, reinventing yourself, or just becoming a better version of you. Our minds control our bodies, not the other way around. And sometimes we just simply forget. It can sound very woo-woo, it can sound motivational, whatever, but sometimes you just need that reminder. Needing a reminder of how powerful you are, how powerful your mind is, doesn't make you weak, it doesn't make you stupid, it doesn't make you crazy. It just simply means you're a human and sometimes you forget how powerful you are. So if you need to, save this video, thumbs it up, add it to your playlist, whatever you got to do so that you have a point of reference to come back to anytime you're forgetting how powerful you are and how great your mind is. It's really no coincidence that so many of us are experiencing periods of our life where we're feeling like our mindset isn't as strong as it once was. Maybe you're losing your confidence, or you're losing your ability to be disciplined or focused. Maybe your self-esteem is questionable now. In the past, it wasn't really like that. Maybe it was like that, but now you're experiencing it even more now. In my opinion, I feel like globally, we've all experienced something that is not tangible as a side effect of this 2-year, in some places 3-year pandemic. And I just feel like now more than ever, there is so much work to be done internally. There's work to be done on ourselves, work to be done to repair relationships, and work to be done to create new relationships, happy ones, healthy ones, ones that bring us closer to a version of ourselves that we're proud of. I honestly, truly believe there's nothing in this world that we go through alone. You might be the only person in your circle, only person in your family, only person that you know going through whatever it is you're experiencing, but you are never, ever the only person in the world going through whatever you're going through. And so just know you're not alone in whatever you're experiencing. Also know that there's always a way to get through that, always a way to get out of it. I love this quote that Steve Harvey always mentions, and he says, "Our success rate is 100%. The fact that you're still alive means that you have a 100% success rate."
Do you realize that every day you thought you wasn't gonna make it? Do you remember them days where you thought it was absolutely unbearable? Do you know that your survival rate for every last one of them bad days is 100%? You done survived every funky day you ever had. You survived every hater. You survived all the evictions. You survived the firings. You survived all the trouble you ever been in. Your survival rate is 100%.
And that's honestly something that I keep with me always. I always remember that, like, damn, I be succeeding at everything. Like literally everything. I have not failed anything. I've learned lessons, yes. I've gone through situations that were tough, of course, but I made it through. And it's really important for you to know whatever you're going through, you're gonna make it through. You're gonna be just fine. I want to speak about the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset, because what's going to help you to cross into this version of you that you are more proud of and happier in is to adopt a growth mindset. Here's an example of a fixed mindset. I just don't have any skills. I'm not qualified for that job. I'm not qualified for anything higher than what I'm getting paid now. An example of a growth mindset in that same scenario is, I don't possess the necessary skills yet, but acquiring a new job gives me the opportunity to learn new skills. It gives me an opportunity to grow, and there's nothing that I'm incapable of achieving. And so I should seek out new roles that help me to develop, help me to grow, and help me to challenge myself into a version of myself that I'm just more proud of. A fixed mindset says people who make a certain amount of money are evil. That's just, money just doesn't come in abundance unless you are doing something unethical. A growth mindset says, I know that I want to be financially stable and I need this much in order to get there. So I'm gonna find ethical ways to get to that point because there's nothing in this world I cannot achieve. So essentially, a fixed mindset says, this is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. Even though I don't like it, I'm just gonna stick around and deal with the hands that I've been dealt. A growth mindset is a solution-based thinker who looks for opportunities to get what they want. Ooh, I love someone who can just get what they want, honey. I love looking for solutions because ultimately what I want is what I'm gonna get. So how can I get it? It's not can I get it, it's how can I get it? Yes, I've had periods of my life where I've had my own limiting beliefs that I've had to check, but ultimately I revert back to remembering that there's nothing in this world I can't get. If I want it bad enough, it's mine. And I want you to adopt that same mindset, because if you want it bad enough, it's yours. We don't gotta talk no more. No more long talking. It's yours. You have everything you need already to achieve anything that you want. Don't get stuck into a fixed mindset. So those are just two polarizing mindsets. And anytime you find yourself questioning, am I capable of this? Can I do it? Remind yourself there's literally nothing that you can't do. It sounds so woo-woo. Oh my God, I hate the fact that it sounds so motivational, so woo-woo, but it's factual. It is literally facts. If you do not possess certain skills, you have to remind yourself that the only person that's going to help you to develop said skills are you. It doesn't mean that you can never step out of your comfort zone. It means you're gonna step out of your comfort zone and you're gonna do it until that becomes comfortable, but only if you want that for yourself. I'll give you an example. I used to tell myself I'm just not a public speaker. To be honest, my current present day self doesn't really love being the center of attention. I can do without it. However, I think public speaking is pretty cool. I know that I have such great things to share, and like to be on a stage is dope, but I just don't like being the center of attention. So how do we get there? How do we get to the point where we can be public speakers who don't like being the center of attention? You push yourself out of your comfort zone. So the very first time that I spoke publicly in person was at a conference in LA. Shout out to CEO Chan Cessna, because she invited me to her conference, the No Excuse conference, and invited me on her stage to speak. Friend, I was so nervous, okay? I had never really publicly spoke about my journey as an entrepreneur or my YouTube career or anything like that, and so I was super nervous. Not to mention that I wasn't prepared, because like maybe 2 days before that, I didn't even know I was gonna speak. Granted, I was nervous, I did it anyways. After that, I said, wow, this is something that I can really kill. And so what am I gonna do? I'm going to say yes every time I'm invited to speak publicly. I'm gonna say yes. It's gonna be uncomfortable, I'm gonna be nervous, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Fast forward. Last month, I got invited to speak in Vegas at a conference held by Stocks and Stilettos. Shout out to Cassandra Cummings. Absolutely love her, adore her, respect her so much. She invited me on her stage to speak with people like Angela Yee. I've been watching that woman since I was in high school. Incredible entrepreneurs, incredible panels on money, entrepreneurship, real estate. I was invited to speak on that stage. Was I nervous? Yes. Did I kill it? Also, yes. But it started off by me doing something that was outside of my comfort zone, and something that just a few years ago I would have told myself, absolutely not. Don't even touch me with a 10-foot pole if it has anything to do with public speaking. I'm now at a place where I'm saying yes to every opportunity that aligns with what I'm passionate about. If it has to do with public speaking, it's totally fine. And I'm gonna keep on stepping outside of my comfort zone when it comes to public speaking until being on huge stages, it's just regular to me. And I promise you, I can be on a stage with Michelle Obama and rock that stage. Where I am now, I truly feel like that. I will be on a stage with Michelle Obama and rock the stage. Ow. Okay, and if anyone has the hookup, like if Michelle Obama's gonna be speaking, you need a moderator or something, I'm your girl. All jokes aside, I'm saying that to say, if there is something that you are uncomfortable with and you feel you don't possess the skills for, but it is what you want for your life, you have everything you need already to achieve anything you want. And all you're gonna do to achieve that is step outside of your comfort zone until that zone now becomes a part of your comfort zone. And you're going to keep on expanding. You're going to step outside of your comfort zone until that new zone becomes a part of your comfort zone. And now your comfort zone is this multifaceted, highly skilled, super eccentric space, just filled of amazing, incredible experiences. Because life is about what's the journey and the experiences. Now I want to speak to you about the art of being delusional and believing your own delusions. Yes, I'm going to talk about that right after discussing me moderating a discussion with Michelle Obama. And guess what? Yes, it sounds delusional. I'm this little girl from Toronto. What business do I have moderating a chat with Michelle Obama drama or being on the same stage? Currently none. But this life is for the living, baby. We've got so much life ahead of us, and I believe that delusion. And here's how you're gonna believe your delusions. Anything that questions what you feel to be true about your newfound delusional life, you're going to just completely throw it out the window. Does that sound crazy? Let me explain further. So there is a neurologist by the name of Sigmund Freud. You might have already heard about him in school, but essentially he developed this theory of the conscious, subconscious, and preconscious mind. And essentially our conscious minds tend to look for confirmation of what our subconscious mind already deems to be true. Now, we often hear about our subconscious and our conscious mind. So your conscious mind contains all the thoughts, feelings, and wishes that you're aware of at any given moment. And it's the part of your mind that thinks rationally. It also includes your memory, which is not a part of your conscious mind, but it can be retrieved easily and brought into your awareness. Now stick with me because I'm going somewhere with this. Your unconscious mind contains memories, feelings, and urges that your conscious mind is not necessarily aware of, but it acts on behalf of your unconscious mind. Let me give you an example. You wake up and you see that the sky is gray. In your mind, a perfect day begins with a bright blue sky. And now the sky is gray, so automatically you're going to assume today is going to be a little gloomy, a little cold. People's moods are going to be just meh, and it's not going to be that great of a day weather-wise. Now, why would you think that? Why would you think it's not going to be a great day because the sky is gray? Why would you think that it's going to be cold, it's going to be gloomy, it's going to be a sad day if you haven't even stepped outside yet? What if it's hot outside? What if it's the most vibrant day ever? Automatically, you think that because in the past, you've had experiences that have confirmed that on gray days, the mood is gloomy. People have a lower mood, lower morale. It's rainy. It's just not a great day to get with friends and family and do things outdoors. And so your conscious mind starts preparing for a sad and gloomy day. I'm gonna give you another example, and this has to do with dating. So I've been on the TikTok and I've noticed a lot of people talking about how sucky dating is and how sucky the male species is. But then in the same breath, or on the next TikTok over, talking about, wanting to date and wanting to be with these men that they just said that they hate. If you have had terrible experiences in the past and you are telling yourself that that's how all men are, your conscious brain is looking for the confirmation that all men are just as you expected them to be. That's why on date 3, if he's 10 minutes late to pick you up, you are already like, this man is unreliable, he sucks, he's disrespectful, he doesn't respect my time. Instead of maybe looking for confirmation of other things, like maybe there was a terrible accident and he stuck through the terrible traffic to come and pick me up instead of canceling our date. Do you see where I'm going with this? Our conscious brain is always looking for confirmation of what our subconscious mind thinks. Now you might be thinking, well, how do I change that? How do I interrupt my subconscious thoughts? Because I can't help the feelings and emotions that I've had in the past. You train yourself. That's how you do it. You train your brain just like you train any other muscle in your body. And you feed your brain with positive experiences and positive emotions so that your conscious brain can start looking for confirmation of those healthy experiences. And how do you do that? Well, according to Freud and his 3 levels of mind, there is another level of your mind called the preconscious mind. That's the hour before you go to sleep, the first hour when you wake up, and what you listen to while you are asleep. Essentially, the preconscious mind is anything that can be brought into the conscious mind. And so something I've done in the past when I wasn't feeling like I was in the right mind space is I would listen to affirmations first thing before I go to bed. I would listen to them first thing when I wake up, and I would listen to affirmations or sermons while I sleep. When I tell you, the days that I woke up and I made sure that I listened to something positive first thing in the morning, my day was 10 times better than the days that I woke up and I just instantly started scrolling on social media. That hour, that first hour right after you wake up is so important. Just like breakfast, and the first meal of the day being super important because you're breaking that fast, those first few pieces of media that you consume really shape the health of your mindset. I promise you, if you just take the first 10 minutes of your day to journal and to listen to some positive affirmations, to meditate, whatever, in those first 10 to 15 minutes of your day, I promise you, come back and tell me if this doesn't help you to just shape a positive mindset. Essentially, listening and consuming positive media first thing in the morning and that last hour before you go to bed is super duper helpful. You don't have to listen to affirmations or a sermon when you go to sleep because you might not have a system that allows you to just play things on repeat like that. I have YouTube Premium, and so I create a playlist and just let it play, and I'm not subjected to like ads and stuff like that. So if you don't have something like that, I promise you it's not a big deal. You can just listen to nothing, listen to silence as you sleep. So that last hour before you go to sleep, or 30 minutes before you go to sleep, and that first 30 minutes to an hour when you first wake up, if you're listening to something positive and helpful, enriches your mind, your day is going to be so much better on a mindset perspective. You are going to feel so powerful. Your behaviors are going to start to follow that strong mindset that you have as well. The next thing that I do to help me keep a positive mindset, I mentioned already, that is journaling first thing in the morning. It goes hand in hand with listening to something positive. It's a part of the morning routine, and ultimately it just helps me to remember how strong and powerful I am. It helps me to remain grateful. I practice gratitude in my morning journal. I'll share my journal prompts with you. I've shared them in my morning routines before. Ultimately, my journal prompts are, first thing, I write 3 things that I'm grateful for. Then I write 3 things that'll make today great. And then the rest of the page is all affirmations. That's my journaling prompt. I use it religiously, and it just helps to keep my morale real upbeat and positive. The next thing that's really important to keeping a strong mindset is the people around you. Honestly, there are certain people that I cannot speak to if I don't have the capacity to speak to them, because they always come with negativity. They don't call to just say, hey girl, what's up? Hey girl, life is going good. How are you doing? I hope life is doing good for you. They don't call to share good news ever. They call to share bad news. They call to just spew negativity on you. And honestly, as much as I love other people and I love helping people, I've had to learn as an empath that that is not healthy for me, because I feel what you feel. If you call me and you're sad, I become sad. I start looking for solutions. It's even worse when I start looking for solutions and you don't even follow those solutions. You just call me back next week with the same problems. Oh, I cannot. So something that I've had to learn that helps me to keep a positive mindset is to kind of pull away and distance myself from people who always come with the negative news. They never have something positive to say. They always want to gossip. And if they're not gossiping, they're being self-deprecating. If they're not being self-deprecating, they're just talking about how crappy the world is, or they're talking about negative news. It's just never anything positive. And for those people, I've had to distance myself and love them from a distance. The next thing I do is listen to TED Talks. Honestly, there was a time that I used to just dissociate by scrolling. And these days, there's 2 things that I do that really help me to dissociate in a positive way. One is going to the gym, because your body literally releases endorphins when you're in the gym. The next thing I do if I'm not feeling to go to the gym is just put on a TED Talk. TED Talks are they're motivational, they're educational, they're entertaining. TED Talks are incredible. Like TEDx should have like a channel on television or something. What am I talking about, or something? They have a channel on YouTube, which is good enough, right? Especially if you have YouTube on your television, just pop it up and clean your home while you're listening to a TED Talk, or pop it up on your phone, pop it up on your computer. If you're watching this video, you can 100% watch some TEDx talks. I'm going to leave in the description bar some of my favorite TEDx talks so that you can listen to them as well. You can browse through their playlist and their channels to just find talks that resonate with you. And that is 100% better than consuming things like social media or TikTok, because you don't control what you're consuming on TikTok or any other social media platform. Instagram, you scroll, go to your home page right now, you're gonna scroll, see 2 people that you follow and then an ad, 2 people that you follow and then an ad, 2 people that you follow and then an ad. It's crazy, and you don't control what you are seeing. TikTok, you're literally just scrolling, and it's like a slot machine, because you don't know if you are about to hit jackpot or not. You're just scrolling, and it's unhealthy mentally. If you want to protect your mindset and you want to protect your mental health, stay off of those social media platforms. Stay off of them, take a break from them, and come back when you're ready, but you don't need them. If you work on social media, like myself, it's okay to post and leave. It's okay. Nobody's gonna beat you up. Post and leave. Post, engage for 30 minutes, an hour with the first people who engage with your content in that first 30 minutes to an hour, and then leave. Because social media, to stay there 24/7 is not a healthy place for your mindset, since you don't control what your mind is consuming. And if we feed our bodies certain foods to keep our bodies healthy, why wouldn't you want to feed your brain certain media to keep your mind healthy? Think about that. So this video is running very long. Ultimately, I want you to remember that you have everything you need already to achieve anything you want. It's okay if sometimes you question yourself, your confidence is wavering, maybe your self-esteem, or you're just not feeling like you are physically capable enough to do something. You are a human, but just remember that your mind is very, very, very powerful, and it does exactly what you want it to do every single time. It does what you want it to do. We can talk on and on and on about mindset. I'll probably upload other videos along this topic. Who knows, but I will be going more in depth in our next few videos about different topics surrounding reinventing yourself and becoming this new version of yourself that you are proud of and happier with. So if you liked this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Feel free to come back to this video anytime you need that reminder of how amazing you are, how powerful you are, how beautiful you are inside and out. You've got this. And just remember, your mind is so powerful and your body follows what your mind tells it to do. And you've got this. Is not a confirmation that you are weak. It is a confirmation that you are human and you're just doing the best that you can. Have grace with yourself. Just promise yourself that every single day you're going to try to do just a little bit better than you did yesterday. Just a little bit better, just a little bit better every single day. You've got this, babe, and this world is yours for the taking. So take it, baby. Take it. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I love you so, so, so much. I love you to the moon and back. Be true to you. Mwah. Bye.